Hello everyone, my name is Kamisa, Sales Facilitator at Classifier. Welcome to today's video tutorial session. Today we're going to look at how we can use pictographs to do test classifier using natural language processing, NLP. So to begin, what even is NLP? So simply, it is a branch of artificial intelligence that deals with interpretation between humans and computers. So the language we speak, which is referred to as a natural language, is received by the computer and converted into form that it can understand. And then it can, once it extracts this information, then it can then be used in order to analyze and understand future details or information that is necessary. So the basic is that first data is acquired by the computer, and then the computer is being trained with that data. And based on that information, when new data is fed on it, it can then be deployed or can then understand the data that has been given to it. So let's get started then. So we need to add the appropriate extension once again. This extension we are going to use is natural language processing. So basically, we are going to create something like Alexa or Siri, but in this time, instead of speech recognition, we are going to recognize the text that you keep doing. Hope it's as simple as simple enough. Good. So basically, we need to be able to acquire data. So to be able to acquire data, we need to create our own block for way that we can train the computer with a set of data that we are going to use. Then we are going to apply this test classifier in turning on and turning off the lights in the room. So go to my block and we make a new block. So we define our block that we are going to use in order to turn on the light. So we say we can name it data for lights on. Okay. So basically, what we need to do that, we go to use this block, add your test as. So we are specifying this that it is for lights on. Now let's come up with conditions that we need to turn on the lights in the room. So simply, when I say light on, I want the light to be turned on in the room. Let's duplicate it to see. So we are training it to get several conditions where it's turned on the light. So if you're in the room and it's dark, you want to steady, you can turn on the light. So I want to steady. So when also the room is dark, you can turn on that light. And you can simply also say that switch on the light. Switch on the light. Okay. Then what again? So for this, let's go with it. So then we also need to define another block or train it or when to turn off the light. So we create another data for lights. Okay, that one. So we need to define when you want the light to be off. So we need to create, that's it, back to the test. condition would be for light. So if you want to be more sophisticated, what you need to do is that you can increase the conditions or the data you are feeding it in. That will make it more realistic. So irrespective of whatever the person says, whether it lies between the light on and light off, you can execute that. So the first one you can say light off. I'm putting it side by side so that we just say the opposite of what is the for the light on. So if I don't want to stay there and I say I want to sleep, so if you turn on the light, okay, I want to sleep, right? Okay, so we can say switch off the light. Another way of saying turn on the light, switch off the light. Okay, good. So now this is the data. So our first is we have acquired the data. Now we need to train the computer. And how do you do the training? We also need another block that we can do the training with. So we create our new block. So train data. And that one here. So in training the data, when you start, you want it to train the data. So we have the first, you want it to train the test classifier. So we have, so it's going to train it with this information that we fed it. And what are those information? We need to specify, train it with light on and then light on. Sorry, when you start, you need to reset it. Yeah, you need to reset the test classifier. So that if it had already been previously trained using another code or you wrote another script for it, the information here will not interfere with the other one. We need to reset it. So now I'm bringing the new data. So we start from a clean slate. Then we can then train it. So we've done the first two steps, acquiring the data and then training the data. Now let's test it and see how it goes. So basically, first we go to when the green flag clicks. So then we can now bring in our train data. So now when the green flag clicks, it's going to use the train data. So we need to be able to do it in such a way that we can work and then input our information and then based on what we type, it can be used to test the data we have. So how do we do that? So we go to the sensing and we can use the ask block. So we ask the question, what question do you want to do? So using Toby as our virtual assistant, we can let Toby ask you that, what do you want me to do? What do you want? Sorry, what do you want? Then it waits for the response. So we want Toby to say the response. So we go to the next and use the same. But what response is he going to say? Be based on what you are going to say. Your response, your answer. Will need to be set by Toby. So we need to get the class of your test. And here, what test did you say? Your response will be stored in the answer block. So you go to sensing and get the answer. Now, whatever you say falls either between the light on or the light off. You need to have two conditions such that based on what it is on or off, it should execute a process. So I have my first condition. So if the answer that we got, so that would mean you go to get a class of. If the answer that we got, because we are going to do comparison, go to the statement, then we use the value that we got inside. So if the answer that we got, or the class that we got, the answer is association, we have the answer is equal to light on, then we need to be able to send a message to turn on the light on or off. But before we even come to that, let's hold on here. So to make this interactive, let's change the backdrop. I want us to use a bedroom because our setting is more like a bedroom. So this okay, now let me use the other bedroom. It has more like a steady good. So we have the backdrop. So now we need to be able to let Toby communicate or send the information between the backdrop and the Toby. So the information needs to be sent to the backdrop. So how do you do that? You need to be able to broadcast that information. So at an event, you go to broadcast. But instead of message one, you need to create a new message and call that live on. Good. Then we equally do another one, and then this time around, that one is for live. Then we create a new message and call that. Okay. That's of it. Say it says, what do you want to do? So I want to study. Type study. It says like, but